So I'm going for a photo walk. It's very nice out, and I have 3 goals today. Anyways, so my first goal, I am going to hopefully shoot the last roll of Rollei 800 for this year's FFP with my Holga camera. It's a love-hate, but I would say it's mostly hate relationships, and once I'm done with this project, I think I'm gonna retire this camera. I don't like it. I tried to, I stuck with it for 1 year, but unfortunately it doesn't work for me. I don't like majority of my results with it. Another camera that I'm gonna bring is my Hasselblad. I have Reflx Lab 100 Pro in this camera, and I really want to finish this roll of film so I can actually use this camera for something else, because I don't have other film bags for Hasselblad. And the main reason why I'm going for a photo walk, so I have finally got my copy of Rollei 35AF. I've been wanting this camera since they announced it. I personally think it looks super cool. It's nicely made and it fits in the pocket, and it's very nice for smaller hands too, so I'm excited to test it out. For the film, for this one, I am going to use Fuji 200. I'm pretty sure this is expired for about 1 or 2 years, but I have stored it in the fridge, so I think I'm gonna meter it at 200. This process is actually not that annoying as I expected, and honestly this is my second time doing it. I already tried to shoot 1 roll of film through this camera, but I have not finished that roll, and I have metered that film at extremely high ISO. So I basically just rewinded it and left it for later, and yeah, so now I'm going to shoot this Fuji 200, and I'm gonna set my ISO at 200 as well. So this camera is not the most discreet. The autofocus is pretty loud. I mean, yeah. I took all of the photos pretty much with the same settings. I have started at f5.6, and for the shutter I set it to auto. And then as I was losing light, I switched to f2.8 and shutter speed at auto. let's talk developing real quick. I have developed everything in ECN2 developer. I know, even though these films, all of these films are C41, but I decided not to buy C41 chemistry anymore and just use ECN for all of my film, because it just makes sense. I do shoot a lot of Vision 3 and occasionally I would shoot C41, but developers go bad pretty quickly, so I really don't want to waste developer and chemistry. So I decided to give it a try and start developing everything in ECN2. And so far it works and I love the results. It produces a little bit less contrast from what I can tell, which I like and I'm into 100%. If anything, I can add more contrast in post-processing. Okay, and here's what I think about this camera so far. What I like about this camera: I like the design, I like the weight, it's pretty lightweight, I like the size, it's very portable, it fits in my hand and I absolutely love it. It fits in the pocket and it's just very easy and quick to use. I think it's definitely going to be one of my go-to travel cameras. Film loading mechanism wasn't as annoying as I thought it would be for me. I personally have no experience with these type of film cameras where you have to completely take out the film back, load the film and put the film back. Let's just say the first time I tried to open it, it was a struggle bus, but I think it's just because it was the first time and it was very new. I had no problems with loading second roll of film into this camera. I think it's just a matter of the habit. So the more you do it, the easier it becomes. Another thing that I have seen people were complaining about is how far the film winder goes. It definitely goes further than film winders on typical film cameras. I personally didn't find it as an issue. For me, it was very natural movement of my hand, so if that makes any sense, I don't know. I actually was a little bit worried more about the design of the winder. At first, just by looking at photos, it seemed like this winder is pretty sharp, and I definitely thought that I could cut my finger or do something like that, because considering my luck, I totally could. But I didn't, and that was a pleasant surprise. I don't like the lens cap. It's very easy to take it off and it doesn't hold well, and potentially it just can be lost at some point. And there's no filter mount on the lens. Well, I guess we'll see. Maybe in the next iteration of this camera they will fix it. I hope they do. So these were my random thoughts about new Rollei 35AF. Thanks for watching this video and see you in another one.